good as mine. Better than mine, even. All right, we're live. Welcome to the party, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
We are going to chat Tempus Vitae perfumes.
Yes.
Move these back here.
So people can see the tiny little sample bottles.
Uh-huh.
Because people love to see
People
things.
love to see things.
All right.
I've been told.
Yeah.
All right, you're going to get going on...
Yeah, I'm going to open up the live on my phone so I can see if anyone's in here.
TikToks, and we are live on Insta and YouTube.
I won't be looking at Insta.
I can keep track on that. Nobody really chats on Insta.
No.
I don't know why.
All right. We got in here. What's up? We'll let Michael in? How are we keeping him up?
I'm just going to kind of leave him there floating in limbo for a minute.
Really?
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. It's a little weird behavior.
Well, then we get to bring him like in to the adulation of the masses if we wait a minute.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Aki Estoy is here. Hello, and Cole. Michael's in the chat saying I'm in
Michael's
limbo.
in chat limbo.
Colby, hi Colby.
Colby, what's up, son?
And Hez is here.
Hez, there he
What's
is.
up, Hez? And Slayer Fragrances.
Slayer Fragrances.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well,
I have large mitts. I'll keep them over here where they belong.
We're always knocking over.
I am.
Thank you, Hez. Yes. We've got 10 people. Fragrant Logan. Hi, Logan.
Logan, haven't seen you
I
around.
know. He's been busy. He's been a busy
Busy
guy.
being a schoolboy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was watching his live the other day. He was talking about getting his getting into PhD program.
Yeah, nice.
Very cool.
Saw your interviews with Niles and who else did you interview? Somebody else I saw.
I didn't see.
I saw
him.
Niles.
Adolescence.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Steven. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know his real name.
Steven.
Adolescence. Sorry, Steven. You have a real name. Ah. Okay, so Tim's in here too. Tim is the brand owner. I'm wearing a sweater in your honor because of your earlier video.
A wool sweater. Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
See? Nobody knew it was faux wool until you told them. Sold me out. It's like everybody
It's
thinks.
a Costco shirt.
I love my Costco clothing.
Colby did blood work today for black molds. That's good times. That's good times.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Michael says we need the robes. Do you want to go put the robe on? Do you want a robe tonight?
I need more skin available.
Oh, for spring.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
I got Oud Noir on my inside wrist here, Michael.
Oh, that one's good.
So good.
I know. I love that one. Sarup is in here. Says hope you're both
and
well.
orange oudsickles over here.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, we got 19 in. Let's invite in Michael.
All right, everybody. Drum roll, please.
Dun, dun, dun. Have we
There he
Handley Perfumes?
Yes, I know Handley Perfumes.
I don't.
Bloodline is outstanding.
Is it?
It's a pine, like a dark pine perfume. Let's blow you up here. There we go.
There's
there he is.
Michael.
That's more than me
Should
than
we
I have
sniff
any.
through his contributions?
Well, I think we
to
should
Tempus?
sniff Michael's stuff first so we can let him move on with his life.
Yeah.
I brought my own so we can sniff along. I can sniff along.
Nice.
Yes, you got yours too.
Did you get those for free too?
No, I had to work almost 2 years to create them. So.
Do you have the other ones that Kyle perfumed by any chance?
Yeah.
I have them, but I can only find I can't pronounce Fête d'Ambre.
Oh,
I was sifting
good enough
through
for me.
the amber one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was sifting through about 500 samples the other day that I had, so I was trying to find them, but it was just near impossible. But yeah,
feel
well, I have yours all organized, so if you ever need any sample, I can tell you exactly where it is.
God love you. What would I do without you?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Probably
Nothing.
nothing.
Sit in a
you
chair.
probably have hair is what you would have.
Yeah, that's right. So yes, everybody feel free. Well, let's do a little brand introduction.
Yes.
So Tim launched this brand in 2022.
Mhm.
He and I were chatting briefly, and it didn't occur to me this was like in the middle of like the worst economic downturn, in 50 years, maybe, probably worse than 2008. Well, definitely worse than 2008. So really bad timing to launch a brand. And yet here he is plugging along, hiring studs to do good work. And of course, I love the brand aesthetic. I love the style. I love the Latin vibe. I love the artwork. It speaks to my classically oriented mindset.
Okay.
Yeah. I am what I am. I'm not going to apologize to you.
I didn't know I was asking for that. Anyway.
And he had the first couple, how many was it?
Three.
The first 3 that he released were done by Kyle Mott Tannenberg.
Yeah.
Of OSM and Black Cliff fame.
And probably other things that we don't know.
I'm sure he's done more than that.
Yeah.
But really, really great dude. We got to meet Kyle in New York.
Yep. Santa Explorer.
Yep. And then I didn't realize he had just those few until Michael, you and Hez did these for him. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we will spray here, but so Michael, I'm curious, and of course, Tim can chime in the chat. I think Hez is in there too, right?
Yes, he is.
You guys, what an awesome team! Just while you're all here, because I know these guys might have to run. You're going to run later. What an awesome team you guys make. So we're super excited to get our noses on all these and spread the word, and very, very excited to see what else comes from this brand, and then of course, obviously, you guys as well individually. So, Michael, I'm curious about your sort of decision to do work for a separate brand, given kind of where you are with your brand and all the time and energy you're putting into it. What tipped the scales for you?
I mean, I always wanted to. I just always grabbed at every opportunity I could find. I always feel like there's no door that's not worth opening, kind of situation. Tim was actually one of very many people that have reached out to me in the early stages of my perfuming career, I guess you could say. But he was the only person I was ever really serious about it. So I enjoyed working with him. I was nervous as hell because I had no idea what I was doing at the time. But, I had confidence in my ability for what I had learned. And what I did know. So I felt comfortable taking the leap, I guess. And, and I told Tim many times that I'm appreciative of him giving me this opportunity to be able to work with another brand. And it was a lot of work. There's a lot of stuff happening in between. It's been over a year that we've been working on these, and there's actually one more that we're doing that's still in the works.
Oh, great.
There's one more. It's a rose-based fragrance, but we're still working on that one. But it's just been a really cool experience. I haven't really worked with any other brands before, so it's cool to be able to expand out to those things. And I wanted to challenge myself, and it definitely was a challenge because taking somebody's idea or concept and making it something tangible, it's just crazy.
Well, that's kind of my next question with this is that now I don't want to give away any surprises yet, unless people watched the review earlier. We'll do the coffee first.
Okay.
Now to those of us who really know and love your work, it's obvious these are your work. I mean, it's not like you just sort of like went off on a complete tangent. It's obviously your work, and yet they're different, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious about like how outside your comfort zone were these? How much poking and prodding from Tim was there? Or was this more like for you an excuse, so to speak, to like just kind of jump and go in a different direction versus needing to kind of be nudged a little bit to do something, again, not completely different, but obviously different from your main line.
Of course. It's actually kind of funny. Tim actually didn't prod me at all. He left the door wide open. Like he's pretty much left it very general.
Cool.
In the beginning, I was like, I'm okay with having complete, he trusted in my ability and in my creativity. And he pretty much said, this is kind of what I'm looking for, but whatever, if you will.
Okay.
Obviously, it wasn't just like that, but
Trust the artist.
so I created something in the beginning that was kind of what I thought was what he was going for, what he was looking for, what I thought was the exact image. And then I sent him that. So I call the first trial always a concept trial. So we all have the idea of what notes can smell like. But when you actually put it down like in a formula and actually start, smelling it, it's a completely different story. So I wanted to make sure that those specific notes that I chose for him were something that worked. When it came to the coffee one, he said that he didn't want your basic coffee like caramel, cinnamon fragrance. He wanted to stay away from that as much as possible. So I think the advent of lavender and black currant with ylang is something that was quite different for something like a coffee fragrance. Because when you think about black currant, you think about something very fruity, almost like of course, black currant synonymous with Aventus, so
Right.
almost cheaper kind of thing. So, and then the lavender, of course, gives it an interesting feel because it has more of like a fougere feel, and then the ylang with the lavender. So it was it was interesting, and he wanted to have kind of like a creamy, nutty feel.
Yeah.
That was kind of what in a nutshell, that's pretty much what he told me. He's like, I want a creamy, nutty coffee fragrance. So that's pretty much what it was. Obviously, there's more to it than that, but that was the general basis of it. So nutty was the part that was interesting to me. I hadn't worked with any nutty materials at the time. After we started, I probably bought close to maybe 30 or 40 different kind of nutty materials. But I had worked recently, Eden Botanicals, there's something called tamanu oil, which I found out was actually used often in cosmetics. So like facial scrubs or, it's very moisturizing. I've never heard of it used in perfumery. And so when I smelled it, because I got this years ago, like when I first started doing this, I just kind of went crazy and bought a bunch of stuff. When I smelled it, I remember the first time I smelled it, it smelled like pecan pie. Like immediately, that's what I thought about. So I'm like, I've always wanted to use it in something, but I was like, well, what am I going to put a pecan pie note in? Like, what am I going to use that for? And so when he said he wants a nutty note, I was like, perfect. Like, boom, I already know what I got. So that was really cool to be able to include in there. So it was, here, let me spray it along with you, even though I'm the one that created.
Now, there is, so to me, this is it's funny. It's like you've been around for a decade. It seems like when I say something like this, this is like a throwback, almost like a Michael Salazar throwback work.
Yeah, a vintage.
Yeah. There's the profile and the texture in this really sort of like pushy, zingy opening. To me is so reminiscent of like Vanillic Fantasy, for example. And maybe even A Day at the Barber Shop, in the way that like the scent just infuses itself into your skull when you first spray it. And then it settles down pretty quick. And there is a little bit, there's a little bit of a, she read it as kind of like a musky body thing. And to me, my first instinct was I thought there was an animalic in here, but now smelling it a second time, it already seems different.
No, it's only in the very first few seconds of that. Then it smells like hazelnut coffee.
I mean, that could be a few different things. I mean, black currant always has what they call, that cat piss, cat pee kind of feel. And it is natural black currant, so it is quite denser than, like I think it was a Givaudan or fermented to have that cassis base. I hate using that because it's almost nothing real. Yeah. So it has a lot of real, plus the pyrazine and the tamanu that I use to make the nutty notes might be something that kind of adds to that as well. And that's what I think gives it kind of like that intensity in the opening. Are those notes.
So for people who have known and asked in the past, and we're sad to see Cafe Oud discontinued, this has a lot of that kind of vibe to it to me.
It smells like a hazelnut coffee.
I mean, there's not oud. It's dark, but it's got that same kind of presence to me. It's a strong in your face kind of coffee.
Yeah, and I also thought Now I think about it, the Divana is probably what you guys are getting. So that's kind of what gives it. I don't know. Divana is so weird. It was something I never smelled before. I use it in my boozy accords, but it has some sort of like, almost like an ambrosinide kind of like Z11 Amber
Okay.
Extreme kind of dryness to it. And to me, that's what gives it such brightness. It's dry, but it's bright. I
Yeah.
don't know if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be talking about some random words out there, but that's all. But with the black currant and the nuttiness plus the Divana, I think that's what it really creates that opening.
It's beautiful. There is that kind of lavender floral part to it, but I just, there's a lot of like oomph to it. You know, this isn't a delicate coffee fragrance to me.
No, it's not a sugary
No, I don't do
coffee.
delicate.
It's a nutty coffee.
Yeah,
it's
it's
really
not.
nice.
It's not a sweet gourmand. I mean, it's gourmandish because it's foodie, but it's not that kind of cliche sweet, syrupy coffee. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's of course one thing he wanted to stray away from. He wanted to not be at all, mainstreamish. I don't like gourmands personally. I'm not a fan of just cleanly sweet stuff. I have found that gourmand has a much larger meaning that I'm just finally starting to explore. But pretty much with that said, it was, we were trying to stay away from the basic gourmandy, coffee, spicy, kind of like, so creamy and nutty was really what he wanted to focus on and not spicy.
The idea was based on German chocolate, the version with walnuts instead of the pecan version.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so German chocolate really
sense.
does taste different.
Yeah.
It's so smooth.
That's really good. Yeah, it's really good.
But yeah, this was of course, coffee was something that I was really into when I first started. So that's kind of what got me into it. So I, of course, was happy with coffee fragrance. And this, I honestly, personally, I don't really get much of something like Cafe Oud with it. I feel like it is quite different. It obviously will have some similarities just because it is some of the same materials.
I recognize it as your coffee note, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a huge overdose of coffee CO2 extract. It's a ridiculous amount. If you didn't have coffee in the morning, just spray this a couple times on your arm, and you'll probably get just about as good caffeine.
And then go to the gym.
Yeah, this is a lot spicier. That's nutty.
Yeah. So with Cafe Oud, I did focus more on the cardamom and the cinnamon, almost like kind of like a Middle East, kind of like a chai. How chai has that spice to it, but instead of tea, it's coffee.
So there's this thing that I do with cigars. Double fisting sometimes.
You smoke them?
I haven't done it in a long time, but
I'm going. Never seen him do it.
You never seen me do that?
Double fisted cigar? Never.
Just when you're not in the hot tub, Jamie, he doesn't.
And it's interesting how when you can go back and forth, each one helps you pick up the distinctions in the other. And it's really cool to do that with these two coffee frags right now. But that coffee note is there. That's your thing.
Yeah, it's definitely there, but I feel like this is unique enough as to where it wouldn't seem.
Oh no, it's definitely not. It's more like if people can't find this,
or also if you're looking something similar to Cafe Oud, I would not suggest this either, just because it's not close enough. It does have a coffee note, but I feel like personally, it is a much different coffee fragrance, and that's what I like so much about it. He really helped me get out of my comfort zone with stuff like this.
Yeah,
so that's something I really enjoyed.
Giving me a little bit of. If anybody knows the Jinko store, Tobacco Noir is a nutty, creamy fragrance. Yeah, it reminds me of the nutty creaminess there. I mean, these go for like $350. Yeah. And this goes for is Tim on there? Are all of the I guess we could just look it up. Are all of the fragrances the same price?
I don't I think so. I'm pretty sure if not the exact same price, I'm pretty sure they're around the same. I'm sure Tim can chime in here with it.
Real
I just make them. I don't sell them.
Cafe du Jour. That's the name of this. And they are at straight level.
Yeah, it is. I really now smelling side by side and then comparing with this one. Yeah, I feel how much more creamy and smooth that one is than Cafe Oud.
Yeah. I mean, that was one of the focuses, was that he wanted it to have that creaminess, and that was so the creaminess and the nuttiness was something I hadn't experimented with yet. So it was fun to be able to do that. And like I said, like he got me out of my comfort zone with that. So I had learned a lot about lactonic and milky materials as well as the nutty materials. It's a lot of trial and error on my part, but I think it turned out pretty good.
For sure. It wears, dare I say, a little bit manly.
Yeah. Do you want to spray it on me and see what happens?
Will you sprout whiskers?
Like my dream?
You're gonna.
I had a weird dream the other day that I had all these black hairs coming out of my chin. It was pretty stressful.
I have that nightmare every day when I look in the mirror.
Let's smell.
Real Chico Lopez in the chat on TikTok says, "Got the Oud Noir, incredible."
That's so good, so good.
And
it's good on you. It does push in a little bit of I don't know if not necessarily masculine.
Ange is in the chat. Hey, Ange. Ren Rouge says they have brulee on one arm and cafe on the other, and it's a great combo.
Yeah, nice.
Oh my God, layer them? That would be intense.
All right, well, speaking of.
Let's do the next one. Oh, that's not the one. Here it is. Vanille Miel Brulee.
What's miel? Okay, here.
I don't know.
Miel means like honey.
Mm.
So it kind of just like refers to a lot of stuff like sweetness.
I love this.
Oh, God, that opening is, again, it's also got your signature. Somebody could have sprayed this and said, guess the perfumer. I absolutely would have guessed you.
I mean, this one is definitely of the ones not that I don't like Cafe du Jour, but of the two, this one was probably my favorite.
This one's pretty special. This is a nice vanilla.
Just because vanilla is probably one of my most favorite materials to work with.
Are there a lot of florals in this? Like I get a lot of floral.
There are here. If you give me a second here, I unfortunately have not memorized everything.
A quality. Did we discuss that?
Accurate. So there's only a violet and jasmine grandiflorum is
I
in
really
this one.
smell the violet.
As far as florals go. Yeah, the violet chord really pushes, but I really enjoyed it. And the banana note that's in it really wasn't even intentional. I had started using some other things, and as it aged, I remember he'd smelled it. He called me. He's like, it smells like banana. And I went back to it. I was like, shit, it does smell like banana.
In a really nice
At which point you should have said, yes, exactly how I designed it. To bring that.
That's what I was going for. And then he's like, I was like, well, let's go with it. So I enhanced a little bit more of the banana aspect. So you get like a custardy banana. And it's funny because we kind of went like how with the coffee, you didn't want to go spicy, creamy. So we kind of took that and put it into this vanilla fragrance instead because it has cinnamon and like a custard feel. So it's kind of like an offshoot of that. It's kind of how I kind of looked at it.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's not smoky. Isn't the right word? It's not smoke, but it's more like the texture of smoke without the smell of smoke.
Depth.
Yeah, because we didn't want something smoky, but Cade gave it that dark intensity.
That's what I'm smelling. Okay.
Almost like a leathery kind of feel rather than a smoky kind of feel to it. So it was that, and I believe even and there's some castoreum in there too. So castoreum is traditionally used in things like vanilla ice cream. Since back in the 50s, they used to put castoreum extract in vanilla ice cream to enhance that flavor. So I kind of went around the same thing and used that to enhance the vanillic note in this on its own.
Yeah,
it's really a wonderful vanilla for people like me who, like, I'm not a vanilla guy. Because I don't like you. I don't like gourmand stuff. I don't like super sweet stuff. I don't like the kind of more feminine vanillas that Jamie loves. This goes on the list. We just did a video the other day, top 5 vanillas. I didn't have this one yet. This is a man-nilla.
Well, again, that's what I mean. That's kind of what I try to push with my fragrances, regardless of if it's for another brand or my own.
Really?
I always tell people this isn't a vanilla that you'll get at like Victoria's
No.
Secret or
No.
Lush or something. This uses real vanilla absolute. It uses real materials like that gives it that real depth, because I feel like just perfumes in general, when they don't use real vanilla, it misses so much
Yeah.
stuff, and you're missing out on so many things with the fragrance itself. So I mean, with the burnt aspect, because that's what it is. It's a brulee,
Right.
like creme brulee. So the cade, yeah. You just wanted to give a burnt, slight bitter aspect to, yeah. So that's what the cade did. It didn't give a smokiness, but it did give
Yeah,
it a burnt
that's
kind
what
of
I'm
feel
smelling
to
for
it.
sure. Yeah.
And you used it very
Yeah.
nicely, because I've smelled perfumes where it's not used nicely. Or it's used very aggressively.
It is very easy to not nicely use it.
Yeah, like Noah has one that smells like a dirty barbecue. Doesn't smell good.
I do not like personally. I do not like smoky fragrances. I do use birch and cade in some fragrances, but I try not to have like a super smoky fragrance. I can't even tell you a smoky fragrance because I just don't even want to try them
Yeah.
usually.
And these guys, this one, the vanilla Vanille Miel Brulee, is $150 for 50 ml, like ridiculously fairly priced. Especially given
Yeah,
Michael's
you're getting a lot of
materials
high
usage,
stuff.
you know, like real vanilla absolute and all of the resins and other, you know, this is real
Yeah,
castoreum in here,
tonka, cacao. Yeah, that's real
real
castoreum.
bits
Yeah.
of panther, so you know it's good, folks.
Yep. It's a Sex Panther flanker.
We did not just get a vanilla is my love language, love. I don't know what she's talking about.
You guys didn't. Oh, I got to get you guys some of those things. We'll work on that.
Michael, while we're here sitting, look what I just scored, buddy.
What is that?
Can't see
I
it.
can't see.
Fancy Tancy.
You love
It's
to
back.
do this. Nobody can ever see it.
Oh, nice.
All
You
right.
got one of the last remaining juices on Earth.
All right, here's vanilla is my love language, just for you, Corey.
Somebody asked if we could spray.
Oh, that's right. I did see
Compare
it
it
as
to
like a
vanilla is my love
discovery.
language.
No, not on paper, for God's sake. How expensive this stuff is.
Okay. Well,
It will not be similar at all. Not in a bad way, but it will be something
Ooh.
completely different.
Yeah.
So I told Tim I would not use my own extracts just because at some point I'm assuming with his production he will have
Sure.
to outsource, because right now I'm producing for him as well. So if I make something, he won't have access to it unless it's through me. So I wanted to make it as easily accessible for him as possible. So if he
Yeah.
were to go to a lab to get it done, it would be
So-
something like that.
So the Vanille Miel
So vanilla's my
Brulee,
love language.
the Tempus Vitae one, to me leans into that deeper, spicier, like leathery castoreum side. And the vanilla is
Yeah.
my love language. Damn, girl.
I didn't even see them because there's too much stuff in here.
The vanilla is my love language leans a little bit fruitier.
Yeah, so it has
Ah.
mango. It's mango, I believe it is. I'm sorry, I'm terrible at keeping up my fragrances. Here I can look it up. I'm pretty sure. So it's vanilla, rum, mango, plumeria, has a sesame seed extract in it, which is kind of adds like this nuttiness, which is kind of really intense. Lemon and like milky notes. It really kind of adds to the creaminess of the natural creaminess of the vanilla itself. But the vanilla is it's vanilla, plumeria, and mango with some rum. It's pretty much what the basic like aspect.
Yeah, I mean,
is.
I really love the dark, leathery, kind of burnt vibe of
Yeah, it definitely is.
this one.
Yeah, this one is definitely really fun. I love the banana too. How it just came about. It was like a kind of like a kismet kind of thing. Like it just happened and it was for the best.
Yeah, guys,
super
if you
unique.
if you love if you want like deep dark vanilla, The one on this arm is the creme
The
brulee
left
one.
bicep is the one.
To them, it's going to look like my right bicep.
And we're talking about Vanille Miel Brulee from
Tempus
Tempus
Vitae.
Vitae. How do
He
you say
probably
that?
he probably says Vitae or Vitae. The more common changed pronunciation would be to say Vitae.
Oh.
The traditional pronunciation would be Vitae, or actually Vitae.
Okay.
What? I don't know how he pronounces it. Probably Tempus Vitae.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know. I don't think I've ever heard him actually say it whenever I talk to him on the phone.
Tim says Bananas Foster is a great
I
dessert
do love
too.
some Bananas Foster.
I'm not a big banana person, but this is very appealing.
Yeah, I'm kind of sad that
smells.
it's at the end of the season. Not that I can't plan ahead. Guys, this one's a bottle for me for sure. The vanilla.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. I love that leathery castoreum cade thing that it's got.
Yeah, it was tough balancing that, but I think it adds just the right amount for the feel that we're going for.
Zach says Vitae.
Rather than being overwhelming.
Vitae?
That's what I said. Technically, it would be weird. Well, that should be Vitae, not Vitae. Vitae.
Well, not all of us can go to college for Latin.
Okay. I was too busy jamming in my. Okay.
What?
My PT classes is what I didn't say.
Okay.
I had a very strict curriculum.
All right.
Do you guys want to smell high tea? I have that one here. I'm happy to.
The dry down on this coffee one.
Oh yeah, let me go back to it.
It's really nice. Yeah, that nuttiness really lingers.
Yeah, and that was something that was really fun and unique to do. But I would say, well, since you're kind of like in a perfumery, I think it would be fun to do. You should try and get in some tamanu oil.
I will
just
look
to
it
kind
up,
of play with it to see what it is. Yeah. I believe I'm trying to think about
this tea fragrance.
It has like this musky to it. I'm trying to remember what's in these.
This is so, guys. This tea fragrance is so yummy.
You guys are already smelling it?
Oh, I thought you were sniffing.
I thought you were too.
Yeah, I don't know. I was on another page. I was
on you.
All right, I'm coming. All right, Hez, let's see what you got.
I mean, it's certainly very unisex, but I like that the black tea is like really front and center. You know, like a lot of tea fragrances, you have to you go looking for that subtle tea thing in there, like Gris Charnel, and it's surrounded by all kinds of kind of like fluffiness and sweetness. This is like black tea in your face, sweetened. It's like black tea with like a squeeze of something sweet and fruity. Not quite lemon, maybe some lemon, but maybe almost something a little bit more tropical. What are the actual notes of this?
You have to look it up.
I'm actually looking it up right now. Give me here. I'm pulling them up.
Ken, this is called High Tea
by Tempus
from Tempus Vitae.
Vitae.
So notes are bergamot, bitter orange, gingerbread, black tea, honey, milk, linden blossom, violet, clove, green cognac, tobacco, sandalwood, cedar, leather, vetiver, labdanum, benzoin, bois d'encens, cashmere, ambergris, iceweed, super, ambrox, and white musk.
Okay. I mean, there's a lot. That's a lot for a tea fragrance. Like that's a lot of spicy, resinous stuff in a tea fragrance.
Yeah.
I missed whatever the fruity note is.
Calabrian bergamot and bitter orange. Yeah, those are the only like citrusy fruit ones.
Oh, God, it's so well balanced too. Let me smell it on your skin again. I wore this to the gym this morning and loved every second of it.
Wow, that is a daring fragrance to wear to the gym.
He wears whatever.
I do wear whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll spray Ombre Nomad like 15 times. I'll get the gym to myself. I don't care. I'm a nuisance to the world of perfume.
Ken, this one was made by Hez Parfums. Hez Berkowitz right underneath you there.
Yes. Has the sugar spice and everything nice.
Christian's here. Hello, Christian. Hello, Amanda.
Eric is in the chat too.
And Erica. All right. Yeah.
Yes, the perfumer has Perfumes.
I mean, I need a bottle of that for sure.
All the bottles.
I don't have really a straight up tea fragrance.
Yes, you do. I got you one.
What'd you get me?
For Valentine's Day. Remember?
Oh, the dupe?
Yeah.
She duped me. She duped me.
Okay.
I got the imagination dupe for him.
Yeah.
From Cod Lodge. It smells good.
It's better than the real imagination.
Rio says, what's the name of
Does
the tea
Imagination
one? It's
supposed
called
to have
High
tea?
Tea by Tempus Vitae.
Vitae.
Now you somehow sound Chinese.
Vitae.
It's one of those ones that I just don't want to take my nose off the strip. It's so inviting and relaxing and energizing simultaneously somehow.
Yeah.
It's refreshing to me. I feel like it gives
very
a
refreshing
vibe to it. Yeah.
So Tim says here, I believe we had over 20 mods for that one, which is a lot under normal circumstances. But I don't know that it is, because you remember our conversation about Kaoli and they have the number on it, and that's how many alterations they've had.
33 or whatever. Yeah, but for an indie brand,
do you think
that's a lot?
All right. What do I know?
I mean, it's one thing for like a massive brand to go through, 50 iterations.
The Lord Pharaoh says, I'm jealous you get to smell this. I have to wait.
Well, these are available. Are they not?
Yeah, I think so. But
you should be able to buy the Discovery set. Yeah, you can buy the 15 mils, the 50 mils. It's all available.
Yeah, I might have to grab a 50 of this. I think this is pretty year-round.
It's nice.
It'll definitely hold up in the winter. There's enough of that black tea spiciness and that clove and the tobacco and all of the resins, the labdanum, the benzoin. Oh, that's a yummy one.
Do you have any of the old? You want to smell the
let's smell
amber
stuff.
one? Since you have that.
Yeah, I have Fête de Ambre. Yeah, I have that one. If you guys want to smell that one.
It's called Fête d'Ambre. Sounds very gringa. Tim says the most ever I heard was 50 mods, but I'm sure they have had more.
I told Tim if we have to do a lot, I'm just going to start.
Ken, you're right. Ken says you guys need to plan these sniff events way in advance so everyone can play. That's a good idea.
That is a good idea, Ken. You're right.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so Succinctibus says most of the F50 mLs are out of stock when I checked, but I think it's just because they're getting filled. Yeah.
You're right. It does say available on back order.
That's because the bottles are coming in, Tim said.
Okay.
It's just, that's all they're waiting. Or no, the boxes.
Okay, great. Yeah, it does look like you can actually go in and add it to your cart and check out. Yeah.
Are we still waiting on the boxes, Tim? Oh, wow. It's been a while.
That's what it says here. Mike says it would be cool if we announced a kit a couple weeks out. Yeah, we could do that.
We should just start coordinating.
We should.
Yeah, okay. That would be a blast.
That would be, yeah. We could probably plan these things in advance.
Yeah, well, everybody, if we want to do this again, we chatted with Tim earlier. He said he would love to do a live.
So everyone get your Tempus.
So jump on there. Now you got notice, everybody. Jump on. Let's see. Tim, do you sell sample sets?
He does.
So yeah, he sells. So there's the first collection, which is the first 3, and then there's a sample set of the second collection, which is the other 3. So they're separately. Not sure if he plans on doing all of them at once at some point, but there are sets available.
Ken says we just gave Jamie more work.
Yep. Michael, there's a couple others. Looks like the future releases listed here. Is one of these the third one that you were working on?
Oh, what is it called?
One's called Butamus, which I just freaking love that's the name. One is called Ivory Tower, and the other one
Yeah.
is called Flamenco's Sangria.
Yeah, so Butamus is the one that I'm working on, the one that we're set to. I don't know when it's set
Okay.
to release, but yeah, that's the one, the rose forward fragrance that
Awesome.
I'm doing for him. So far, it's basically like or I don't know, Tim. Do you want me to talk about it?
Yeah, let's find out.
I don't want to. I don't want to give it up. If you don't want me to, I'm not sure. We haven't talked. We didn't talk strategy here or sign NDA before we went on.
Ken's giving advice. Tempus, Vitae, Vitae, Perfumes. Tim, you should put out a full samples kit and plan an event with a discount.
Take that.
Take that, yeah. So, any thoughts about this one?
Yeah.
I mean, I love it. I think it's a nice woody fragrance.
Oh, we didn't talk about it.
Amber.
I get an amber, spicy amber vibe.
Yeah, I like it. It's definitely a cooler weather wood.
Yeah.
It's got that cozy,
I got the go ahead from
Cashmere vibe to it.
Yeah.
He does use amber, some other kind of super ambers in here as well, but really nicely done, which is an exceedingly rare thing for me to say about super amber usage.
Tim says you can get some pre-release teasers.
Okay, so it's a rose fragrance. It uses, I believe it's a Rose de Mai Absolute and a white rose CO2 extract. So it's real rose. He wanted it to be something sparkly. So when he first thought of it, the placeholder name for it was Corsage Escapada. So like imagine like a corsage, like a prom night or a wedding or something like that. He wanted it to be celebratory. I had a hard time trying to get like that sparkly feel to it. So I was kind of having trouble with it after I think about 10 trials. I was just like beating my head trying to figure this out. And then I came across the idea of champagne and I was like, well, that's sparkly and that's something that is very celebratory. So I made like I made a champagne accord and I added it to it and it just changed everything. I was like, this is it. Like had like my aha moment.
So cool.
So it's like tomato leaf, champagne, and rose. And I can't remember the other stuff off the top of my head, but that's pretty much what it's going to be. And it's going to be a really bright and really fun kind of fragrance. I can't wait.
Nice.
Very cool.
You've done a lot of roses lately.
I do love my rose.
I also just got some roses, my love language, in a 15 ml.
Ooh. Yeah. I honestly love that fragrance. The rice, rose, lychee. It's I don't know. It's unlike any rose I've smelled before in my life. So
is that?
It was really fun to do. Especially
that's the rose is my love language. Good Lord, that's nice.
Does it smell like her armpits now?
Yeah. All right, so let's sniff. You don't have these, Michael, but last two here.
Elixir de Vie.
These are from the original releases. Elixir de Vie. I'll look up the notes, but I'm getting like boatloads of citrus and like very clean white laundry musk. Very refreshing, very summery, very clean. Let's look up the notes on this.
I got them right here for you. Yuzu, orange, grapefruit, lemongrass, white florals, pine, and elamine.
Has Parfum said Tim just needs everyone in the comments to sign the NDA afterwards.
Yeah, that's right. We're all bound.
Yes.
This is a safe place, everybody.
Everybody's saying they're ordering.
What happens in the live stays in the live.
Somebody said, what even is amber? Kayvon wants to know. I like it, but I don't even know what it is.
Well,
amber is it originally comes from ambergris. It's usually where amber comes from. It's kind of in the name. It got away from that though as modern times came about with perfume. Amber, people think of like the tree resin, which really isn't anything true. Like you find like Jurassic Park. It gives the feel rather than the actual scent of it itself. So a traditional amber accord consists mostly of labdanum and vanilla, usually in the form of vanillin. That's what creates an amber accord. But amber, it's just like saying a floral accord. It could mean so many different things. So ambers have been done to death and then
Yeah.
done again, then revived by Jesus and done again. So it is a ridiculous amount of things that you can do with it. But so when people think amber in modern terms, it's usually the labdanum vanillin side of it rather
Right.
than ambergris, which most people don't look at
Right.
it that way as.
Along with, depending
So, yeah.
on obviously the perfumer and the style, any number of other resins like benzoin or balsams and things like that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, other sort of resins, but it's I mean, I don't really when I smell something like Opopanax or Styrax, I don't really think of amber. I think of something more resinous. I think of it in a different way.
Yeah.
At least I do. When I smell them individually. For me, an amber has to have labdanum. Like if it doesn't have
Right.
labdanum, to me, it's not a full blown amber. But myrrh is something else that really gives it something. But that's more balsamic amber and resinous. And then I don't know. We
Yeah.
can get it all kinds of stuff. But
We used to just say Oriental, but you can't do that anymore.
I know. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's another topic.
Cole wants to know how orange Utsicle is orange.
With oranges, it uses a sweet orange essential oil. So there's sweet orange, then there's 5-fold, and then 10-fold. So what it means by fold is it's distilled over and over and over again until it gets concentrated. So the sweetness, that's what the folds are. So when it's 5-fold, it's distilled 5 times, so it's 5 times sweeter. And then 10-fold, it's 10 times sweeter. So not only is it sweeter, but the color is more dense, and it's more dense itself. It uses a lot of that. So that's why it's orange. And I don't dye anything. Everything is the color it is because of the natural materials that are in it.
Are you going to do a love language discovery kit? Amanda wants to know. And Amanda's very feisty,
we were
so you don't
going
want
to
to mess
do
with her.
Yeah. We were going to do it first and then do the vintage collection, but there's so much that needs to be done for the vintage collection. I wanted to get it out before summer or during summer now. So we decided to do the vintage collection, complete that first, and then we're going to double back to do the discovery set for the love language collection. So it will be available at some point. And I'm planning on hopefully getting you guys some stuff soon so people can, go through you instead if they don't want to wait that long. But yes, at some point there will be. I don't know of a timeline.
Very cool.
Nice. Yeah. In the meantime, Amanda, you can hit us up. I've got enough from the vintage collection to keep you from going crazy.
Yeah, she wants to know when the vintage
is that possible?
July.
Is that possible?
Yeah.
The vintages are coming out in July.
We're shooting for July. So right now, the fragrances have been done actually for about 4 or 5 months. They've just been done, but it's everything else that takes a long time. So we can talk about that another time though, because that's not what we're here to talk about.
Okay. So
yeah, I don't want to go over that.
This is a
Elixir de Vie.
Yeah, this Elixir de Vie, the citrus is really, really punchy and long lasting. That bergamot is really hanging on.
Go back to the Fête d'Ambre, the first one from him. It's really kind of got this interesting vibe to it for me now. It's almost like a fruity clove.
I get that.
That's interesting. I've never smelled that.
I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I actually really like the amberwood tone in there.
You have a couple of fragrances.
I know.
Like the amber.
I do.
Can you take Noah to get an MRI?
He probably needs one.
It's really cozy. This is a really.
It really is. It's a very comforting phrase. It's a very comforting, is what I feel like.
It's like a hug from your favorite. Remember, somebody was making fun of
missing person or whatever.
A hug
from someone you don't even know.
Like what? Okay, so let's do. Do I have any skin? I'm going to put Carpe Diem on hand because this has that classic profile to it.
Wait, which one?
I didn't.
I'm just saying.
Is that the elixir?
Collective sniff with everybody. And Tim.
This is a really, really nice like crisp, clean, woody Chypre for people who don't like when Chypres kind of get a little too vintagey and funky. This is a very modern, a modern woody take on it. Oh, it's really good.
Which one are you talking about?
Carpe Diem.
Oh, it's like the amber one. I don't think so.
No.
You definitely need an MRI.
Kyle's work is very crisp and very like purposeful and intentional,
Refined.
and it's like his fragrances know exactly what their lane is.
Yeah,
they're not trying to be too much. They're
very elegant.
Yeah,
like him.
Yeah, true.
They suit his personality. You met him?
He's very eloquent. Yes. I met him at Scent Explorer when I was there that 1 year. He was there with a.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that brand had been around for a while.
Yeah, it's been around for a while.
Here's another one that you love the amberwoods in. Yes. So Amanda, the 3 that Kyle did are Carpe Diem, Elixir de Vie, and Fête d'Ambre.
What is this?
We're blind sniffing.
I know. Hold on. Don't tell me that.
Blind sniffing mid-live. Uh-oh.
Way to make Noah sweat and freak out.
Noah's favorite game.
It's getting better at it, though.
Well, don't look, cheater.
I forget it. It won't ever happen. I can't place it up. It's got too much stuff going on.
Do you smell the little bit of amberwood in it? It's Eagle-Eyed Stranger.
Oh, from Ojar. Yeah. You're right. That's good too.
Michael, Kyle said bravo to both you and Hez. He must have smelled your contributions.
Well, thank you. It's hopefully this is the start of something big for me in general. I have been now hired by another brand, a brand in Dubai. So I'm going to start working with them soon. So I love the challenge to do this kind of thing. So I'm hoping that more of them come along. But again, this is really cool to have this is like my flagship for kind of like what do you call it? For commission, I guess.
Yeah.
Or
I mean,
working. I mean,
it's quite an honor, I'm not telling this to you. You know this. It's more for everybody listening, right? Like this is somebody like Tim who's put his whole life into creating this brand. It takes a lot, and there's a lot of trust that you put in people, and to receive a place of honor there with an established perfumer like Hez and an even more established and kind of widely recognized perfumer like Kyle. It's pretty cool stuff, man. Very cool stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's like adding it to my resume. It's cool to be able to say that I've gone outside of what I've done, and other people trust in me, in my abilities, and my my creativity. So it helps me a lot too as a perfumer and a brand owner. I mean, it's tough to do just because I have my own brand that I have to worry about and do, and I do everything. I mean, other than like a few things, but I still have a lot of work to do for myself. So it's cool to still be able to put some of that time aside to help and to do something else with somebody else to collaborate. And it's been a lot of fun. And I can't wait to get this rose one out. And maybe more.
Yeah, well, we're super excited to get Tim on in the future. We'll do another sniff through. Everybody, go order your samples.
Yeah,
because for me too, it's the love of the smells, but it's also the entrepreneurial side from you, the perfumer, the entrepreneurial side from Tim, and the brand building, because these are all things that Jamie and I are just kind of dancing around the fringes of right now. I'm just really getting my feet under me with perfuming. And we've got plans down the road, to see you guys doing this and be able to listen to your stories and learn from you guys is a blast for us. So we'll get Tim on soon for sure. And then of course, Hez, if you're still in there, we need to get Hez on as well, because we've sniffed through his stuff too. And it's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like the king of gourmandy,
interesting,
edible.
I know. Yeah, Lily
Yeah, I tried a banana bread one. I think Tim sent me a little sample of that one, and that was really interesting. I haven't gotten my notes.
All right, let's do this. We've got the little sample here. We've got more from him too.
Oh, I've got the whole bunch of them.
We're just for fun. We're going to spray Hez's banana bread banshee.
Yeah, it's super.
Yes.
I hate using the word photorealistic, but that's what people say.
It is.
It doesn't make sense.
It's banana cinnamon bread.
It's so good.
It's got the yeasty note.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and you like this?
You can do hyper realistic.
Hyper realistic. Well done, Captain Thesaurus.
Naturalistic.
Yeah, naturalistic.
Naturalistic is even better.
Or lifelike, which is a little more.
I love the nuttiness in here. that accentuates the banana without allowing the banana to turn into that like banana candy synthetic kind of banana.
Yeah. I mean, this is how I make my banana bread. Like some people don't add spice to their banana bread. Some people, I know, but a lot of traditional recipes don't have
banana bread. That's not
banana bread. Lot. If you look it up, a lot of people don't do it.
A lot of people aren't making banana bread then.
It needs a little.
They're like, I put apples instead of bananas in my banana bread. They're like, that makes no sense. I actually started. I'm actually working on a banana bread fragrance, which I didn't know that he did, and then I learned that he was. So I don't know. I'm like, I don't want to be in competition, but
it's a really good one.
Mine is. I wanted to do one based on banana bread with a lot of rum, almost like it's soaked in rum.
Nice, cool.
With cinnamon, by the way.
Yes, obviously.
Yeah. Okay, I gotta get going, guys.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thank you so much, Tim. I guess I'll yell at you later.
And we'll come back on live with Tim. Later date when everyone gets their samples in.
Are you guys signing off too?
No,
or are you staying
I think
on?
we're staying on.
Yeah, we'll stay on for a little while.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, buddy. I'll see you guys.
All right.
Okay, that was fun. What do you want to sniff now? You want to sniff more Hez stuff? You guys want an informal Hez?
Well, if anybody has questions,
Hez or Tim,
Tim. Well, we've got them because they're going to have to. They did an official press release. Oh, great.
Okay. Cool.
Nice. Yeah, guys, this is good. This is really nice stuff. I think if you love coffee frags, you will love this frag. If you love vanilla frags, you will love this one. I mean, I love these all, but because I have so much of Michael's stuff in terms of, and this includes the older stuff, I think the high tea is going to be my first bottle from the house. It's extraordinarily good quality work, really good work, and kind of fills a
hole in your collection,
a niche, we might say.
Yeah, because you don't have you do have a tea fragrance, but you have several actually. You have static olfactive into the.
I do have some tea fragrances,
Forbidden Temple,
but not one with the clarity of this, and the presence of the black tea. I love this one. This one's a little bit more me. I love that static olfactive one, but this one's more.
We're gonna for everybody who's in here, we're gonna talk to
Chris
Martin tomorrow at 7 p.m. about static olfactive. So if you guys want to join us for that.
Wait, is that tomorrow?
That is tomorrow.
Man,
I know.
We're busy.
I'm cracking the whip on you.
Yeah.
Ken says, Hez, do you want to know his full bottle win award?
Yeah.
And then there's this Herman Reesbergen person who's just in the chat, just naming all of their favorite fragrances and perfumers. They love Bubblegum Factory. Stephen wants to know the best static.
For me, it's Into the Wild.
Yeah, I like the Finding Forbidden Love.
I'm such a massive Darren Allen fan to begin with. This one in the Into the Wild is way different. I got backup. I forgot now.
Yeah.
Got 100 mLs of this stuff now. It's very different from any of Darren's other work. This is just one of the best fragrances going, in my opinion.
Yeah.
If you love pine, it's a clean, crisp pine. It's I don't know. There's just
You don't have the words.
I don't have the words. It's so unique. It's so unique. I think everybody should have something like this in their collection. It smells like nothing
really
else.
do like it. Yeah, it doesn't smell like anything.
Nothing else.
That's one of the things about Darren's work, I think, that it really doesn't smell. I mean, it smells like older fragrances sometimes, but he makes really unique fragrances.
He does, and this is probably the most unique one he makes, I think.
Ken, do you like Finding Forbidden Love? Oh, Ken, you and me together.
Forever and ever.
Real Chico Lopez, did we review the oolong tea from One Day Perfume? No, we haven't.
No.
Maybe someday.
Someday. Mr. Natish, good to see you, sir.
Oh, Natish.
Natish is up.
Hello.
Natish, I'm going to message you here in a minute, buddy. Pick your brain a little bit.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I mean, all the stuff from Static Olfactive is good. The Into the Wild just is the most me with the pine note, and it's got a little bit more masculine oomph to it.
Amanda wants to know if we've gotten Darren's March fragrance yet. Not yet.
No, I'm so excited.
What is it?
You don't know?
No.
Oh, it's an oud.
Oh, God. But I'm taking Whiskey Rose back.
All right.
Listen, you've had them all in a row now for months.
Yes, dear. You can have the Whiskey Rose. All right. Anything else, folks? Before we call it a night?
Lois says, why do good things come out during a no-buy?
Right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Oh, that feels good.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, everybody, we will sign off for the evening because we're
gonna be
right
live
back
again
on tomorrow, same time, 7
p.m.
7 p.m.
We're gonna
Mountain
talk to
Time. Chris Martin, Static Olfactive tomorrow. And then stay tuned for all kinds of fun in the future. We'll get Tim on. We'll get Hez on.
Yeah.
Got a couple other people lined up too.
Darren.
So, all right, everybody. Have a wonderful evening and a good Friday, end of your week tomorrow. Love to you all.